Let me just do this real quick. Put this on focus mode. All right, real quick. What's up? What's up with you? Let a couple other people jump on. Actually, I'm not. I'm because I really gotta get going here. But you know, I get asked pretty often, how hey L, hey, how do you get unstuck, right? I feel stuck. The year just started, and I feel like I'm failing. I feel like I'm not moving forward. I feel like I'm not accomplishing my goals. So what do you do when you start feeling that way? Like how do I move forward? So I just wanted to jump on here and share a couple ideas with you guys because uh, you know feeling stuck and feeling stagnant is something that everybody experiences at one point and will experience multiple times in life. So by knowing that it's coming, right, and that it's unavoidable, having a guide or a plan or a strategy to press through that is very beneficial to have. So I just want I got a 6-step process. So this is the video. How to overcome limiting beliefs and get unstuck. Okay, we can do this in 6 steps. It's not hard, and I don't want to take up too much time. So the first step is to self-analyze. You got to know where you're at. You got to know. Uh, you got to understand yourself, and you have to take time to become self-aware and identify whatever limiting beliefs you have going on inside of you that are causing you to feel stuck. So at this point, you want to practice more mindfulness. You're not judging yourself. You're not saying, "Oh, I'm stupid for believing this or thinking this way." It's none of that. But what it is you're zooming out and playing the role of the observer, right? You're observing these thoughts and these ideas that come along and cause you to feel like you can't move forward, right? I'm not smart enough. I'm too old, or I'm not this, or I'm not that, or I can't this, or I can't that. Like, start to identify these things, and don't judge them, but just become aware of them. Once you do that, you can move on to step 2, which is challenge and validate. Uh, Once you identify these negative thoughts or these limiting beliefs, what you want to do is start to ask yourself some questions and start to challenge these ideas and validate them. What validation means is to prove to be true or accurate, right? So the question that you ask yourself, like, okay, um, I want to start a business, and then you immediately start to think, well, I'm underqualified. Maybe you didn't finish school, or maybe you didn't do that well in school, or whatever. Insert limiting belief here, right? So what you want to do is start to ask yourself, is this really true, or is this something that I'm telling myself is true, right? And that's important because is it true that you cannot succeed in, for the sake of the example, building a business because you didn't do well in school 10, 20 years ago? And the answer to that is a strong, emphatic no, right? Because you can see success leaves clues. Like, you can look around and see and find examples of people who have done what it is that you want to do from circumstances similar to yours. So once it's been proven that it can be done, um, that invalidates the idea, right? What makes you, if I think about Floyd Mayweather, right? He's got the reading challenges, but hey, brilliant businessman, right? So for me, it would be like, yo, if I ever was feeling like, hey, maybe I'm not intelligent enough to accomplish this, I would look at somebody who doesn't have a lot of book intelligence and see the success they had, and that then will invalidate that negative idea. So after you identify these and list them out, right, back in step one, that self-analysis is really important, but list them, write them down. It's important to get these beliefs out of you and on paper, so that way you can get to step three, which is change your perspective. Perspective is everything, right? The way you look at something can totally be different from the way I look at something. So you want to, after you challenge these beliefs, right, and you either validate or more than likely invalidate them, what you want to do is change your perspective on them. Like, instead of saying I can't do that, just maybe change that, reword it, and say I haven't done that before, so but I'm willing to try, I'm willing to go for it, right? Instead of I can't afford that, say I'm working on getting the money to get that, right? It's all about perspective. It's all about wording, because as you change your perspective and you start to reframe these ideas and you start to reprogram yourself to think from a different perspective and to evaluate these ideas, and in a different way, right? Sorry, one of the comments online threw me off, but changing your perspective on it, you start to repeat these new ideas to yourself, and now you start to reprogram yourself more at a subconscious level. So now, so what it means, you start to change your habitual thinking. The reason these thoughts are coming up the way that they are now is because that's how you're programmed, and how we've been programmed for a long time. So by changing our perspective, by reevaluating and reframing these thoughts, we start to change our program, and then we start to have more positive, progressive thoughts. Make sense? All right, cool. Moving on. After step 4 is one of my favorite absolute things to do, and I'm so grateful that I've learned this technique. But is creating future memories, or create a future memory. So what is that, right? What do you mean when you say future memory? And basically, in the simplest form, is visualization and imagination, right? You want to, it's one of our higher mental faculties, like given to us by God, to be able to use our imaginations and visualize and create experiences not bound by anything that we are bound to in the physical present, right? And what I mean is, like, we're not bound by space, we're not bound by time. Like, I can visualize myself riding a bike down my grandmother's street as a kid in the summertime, and I can go there. I'm there right now. Like, I can go there and experience that, and I'm not bound to the fact that it's January in 2023, right? And I'm 35 years old. Like, I can actually still go back and relive that experience internally, right? So the same way I can do that in the past, and with a past memory, I can also now transcend time and space and create a future memory. And what you have to do, and this is like a important thing to note, is what you have to do is give yourself permission to create. When you're making a future memory, you have to give yourself permission to create without the influence of your current belief system, right? Of believing if it's possible, or if you can do it or not. Take all that away. Forget all that. Let's just say it's 100% possible. It's you're 100% certain that you can make that happen. Give yourself permission to create that. Now you go into the future at some point. Now, what does that look like? What does that experience feel like, right? Let's say the goal is to earn $100,000. What does it, once you earn that, like, what does that feel like? What do you imagine you'll be doing? Like, what would you be wearing? What would you be driving? $100,000 not a lot of money, side note, but outside of that, like $1 million or $1 billion, or once you go on, give yourself a dream vacation in Aruba, or whatever it is that you are aspiring to do. Create that experience and 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 see yourself winning. You have to see the win before you can be the win. And so as you experience that and see yourself winning, in great detail, like you can see it, then remember that as you stop visualizing and you are in the present. Remember that feeling, remember those details, and then move on to step 5. Make a plan. Like where you're going now. You saw it, and the more details that you can create in that future memory, in that visualization process, the more details you can have or add to that, the more real it becomes. And the more real it becomes, the less real or the less true those limiting beliefs become. Right? I saw it, I experienced it, I know it's real. Nothing that is going on right now around me can stop me from where I know that I'm going. You know what I'm saying? So then you get to step 5, which is make a plan, right? So you have this big vision, you have this grand goal and that you're excited about, and hopefully, something that you really want, or something. This is what you want. Now what you have to do is make a plan, and what Earl Nightingale recommends is to just plan out the next 6 steps. If you can't plan them out like in order, maybe list like 10 actions, 10 things that you can do that will move you forward and move you toward that goal or that destination that you're trying to get to. Once you list 10, pick the top 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then that's your plan. You got your next 6 moves. You planned ahead. Last but not least, take immediate action, immediate and focused action. And it's not on, let me work a little bit on step 1, and then I'm gonna do a little bit on step 2. Like let me start my social media page, but I gotta make my website, but I gotta make my I have to practice my skill, and I have to. Don't be don't spread yourself so thin. Take immediate, focused, concentrated action. Put all of that into just step 1. Just worry about finishing step 1, because as you get wins, you start to get more wins under your belt. What kind of person wins? A winner, right? You start to identify yourself as a winner, and winners win. And you put all your energy, get step 1 done, then move on to step 2. Then move on to step 3. And then as the days go on, let's say you don't finish step 1 today, guess what? Step 1 starts again tomorrow. You finish step 1, the rest of that list goes on to the next day, and then you add that 6th step, and now you're progressing. And the same guy, Earl Nightingale, who recommends the 6 steps, his definition of success, right, is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. It's the becoming. We're progressive beings. And I just wanted to jump on here because being stuck is something that everybody gets plagued with at some point, and a lot of times we get into a place where we don't feel like we have the slightest clue of what to do next. Like, we're just so stuck in our thoughts and in our mess, and and time goes by, and that if you stay there too long, man, that can really put you in a dark place. So having the tools, having a strategy on what to do when that happens, because it's not if but when, right? We're so progressive. Even after you do these 6 steps and you start taking immediate action, and let's say you progress and you stick to it, and you hit that goal, boom, I did it. I made that $100,000. We're so progressive, and the way God made us and the way we're designed. Soon as you make that $100,000, soon as you take that vacation, soon as you build that business, it's on to the next thing, right? Because now you're at a new level, you're a new person, and now you have more awareness of things that are a possibility for you. So guess what? Now comes more limiting beliefs, and then you got to start all the way over at step 1. So hopefully this helps somebody, and hopefully you got something from this. If so, hey, drop a comment below, let me know. what was your greatest takeaway, or share it with a friend, whatever. You know what I mean? It'll help who is meant to help. You dig? So everybody have a blessed day, and keep going. Peace.